The case went cold. Families stopped believing they'd ever hear the truth. And then during a routine search, detectives lifted a single fingerprint off a soda can. It was small, ordinary, but it cracked the entire case wide open. This is the story of a small town shaken to its core, of a family broken, then bound by grief, and of the fingerprint on the soda can that solved it all. Our story begins in Brookhaven, Kentucky, a town of fewer than 8,000, known for its summer fairs, its church picnics, and its Friday night football games. A place where the loudest sound on a weeknight was the cicadas in the trees. And in 2005, it became the setting for a tragedy no one could have imagined. Sarah Whitfield was 19 years old. She had just finished her first year of college, majoring in graphic design. She loved sketching portraits, listening to early 2000s pop, and wearing sneakers she painted herself. Her friends called her the peacemaker. She hated conflict. She loved people too much to see them upset. Her dream was to one day open her own design studio. Her younger sister, Megan, said, "Sarah was the kind of person who could walk into a room and make you feel like you belonged." But on June 17, 2005, Sarah didn't come home. Sarah lived with her parents, Richard and Elaine Whitfield, and her younger sister, Megan. They were close. Every Friday was family night, movies, board games, pizza. The Whitfields were respected in Brookhaven. Richard worked at the paper mill. Elaine taught Sunday school. They never thought violence could touch their family. But one summer night changed that forever. It was a Friday at 6:30 p.m. Sarah left home to meet friends at the local fairgrounds. She wore a blue tank top, cut-off jeans, and her favorite painted sneakers. At 10:15 p.m., she told her best friend, "I'll be home soon. My mom will worry." Those were her last words. At 11 p.m., her car was found abandoned on a rural road outside town. The driver's side door ajar, her purse still inside. Sarah was gone. By dawn, the entire town was searching. Volunteers combed woods, creeks, and abandoned barns. Flyers went up across counties. Local news ran her photo every hour. Her parents begged on TV, "Please, if you know anything, bring our daughter home." But days turned to weeks. No trace. As days passed, without Sarah, hope became ritual. Every night, the townspeople gathered in the town square. Candles flickered, voices prayed. Sarah's photo was taped to lampposts, her smile staring out into the darkness. Her mother clutched the microphone one night, whispering, "If you can hear me, Sarah, hold on. We'll find you." But behind the prayers was an unspoken fear that Sarah might not come home. On June 24th, a call came in. A young woman matching Sarah's description was seen at a gas station 20 miles away. Police rushed, cameras checked, witnesses interviewed. For a moment, hope surged. Maybe she was alive, but the footage revealed the truth. It wasn't Sarah. Another dead end. And with each false lead, the Whitfields sank deeper into despair. On June 28th, police organized a river search. Divers pulled debris from the water. Old tires, rusted metal, even a woman's shoe, brown leather, cracked from age. But not Sarah. Her father stood on the bank, his face hollow. "It feels like the earth swallowed her whole," he said quietly. And then, 5 days later, on July 3rd, the earth gave up its secret. Hikers, walking along the river trail, noticed a patch of earth disturbed beneath the trees. Fresh dirt. A shallow mound. When police arrived and dug, they found her. Sarah Whitfield. The girl who painted her sneakers dreamed of a studio and lit up her small town with her smile buried in silence. She had been strangled. There were signs of a struggle. Her painted sneakers were missing. The town fell silent. A killer had taken one of their own, and no one knew who. Police immediately focused on Sarah's boyfriend, Carl Benson. They had dated for nearly a year, but friends said arguments had grown frequent. Sarah was pulling away. Carl didn't want to let go. He was interrogated for hours. His alibi, playing video games with friends, was shaky. For weeks, the town whispered it must have been Carl, but DNA didn't match. His story checked out. He was cleared. A witness claimed to have seen a man loitering at the fairgrounds that night. Tall, thin, wearing a baseball cap. Police chased the lead, checked out-of-towners, interviewed drifters. But no one fit, and the mysterious stranger vanished from theory as quickly as he appeared. Months passed. Leads dried up. The Whitfields kept Sarah's room exactly as she left it, her sketchbook open on the desk. Megan stopped sleeping in her own bed. She curled up in Sarah's, whispering to her sister in the dark. The case file thickened, but no arrests were made. And by 2006, Sarah's murder was cold. For more than a decade, Sarah's case haunted Brookhaven. Then 15 years later, in 2020, the Kentucky State Police reopened cold files using new forensic technology. And that's when they found it. At the crime scene in 2005, detectives had collected a discarded soda can near Sarah's grave. At the time, the print was too partial to use. But in 2020, advanced fingerprint analysis pulled a clear match. And the name shocked everyone. James Hollis, a construction worker, 38 at the time of Sarah's death. He had lived just outside Brookhaven, had even attended the same fair that night. But after 2007, he moved out of state. Married. Started over. On the surface, he was ordinary, a father, a worker. But the fingerprint didn't lie. He was at the scene. And when investigators dug deeper, they found more. In Hollis's basement, police discovered a box. Inside, Sarah's missing painted sneakers, jewelry she'd been wearing that night, newspaper clippings about the case. It was a shrine. The soda can had led them straight to him. The trial of James Hollis began in 2021. The Whitfields sat in the front row every day. Megan clutched Sarah's necklace in her palm. Prosecutors showed the jury the fingerprint, the sneakers, the shrine. Hollis sat stone-faced, no remorse. The jury deliberated for just 4 hours. The verdict: guilty of murder and kidnapping. Sentence: life without parole. For the Whitfields, justice had finally come. Sarah Whitfield was 19. She loved sunflowers, painted sneakers, sketching portraits of her sister. Her life was stolen, but her story was not forgotten. For 15 years, her family carried the weight of silence. And in the end, it was something as small as a soda can discarded, overlooked, that spoke the loudest. It proved that even the smallest trace can lead to truth. A town silenced, a family broken, and a fingerprint on the soda can that solved it all. This is Crime Scene Chronicles. We tell these stories to remember the victims, to keep their names alive, and to show that even the smallest detail can uncover the darkest truth. If Sarah's story moved you, help us keep telling theirs. Like this video, share it with others, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to Crime Scene Chronicles for more haunting true crime stories.